Good afternoon and welcome to the Market Update. My name is Edith Bedard and I'm a mortgage agent. I work across the country as I have clients from Vancouver all the way down to PEI and Nova Scotia. So quite often I've been asked by clients, how is the market looks like? So since the pandemic has kind of turned the world upside down, I've decided to really take the time to look at the sales and the price that it's happening month to month. And what I did is just simply took the sales figures and year over year. So I looked at April, May, and June. And I will read to you the stats that I've pulled out of many major cities and centers across the country. So I start with Victoria. Victoria in May had declines in the sales by 58%. Vancouver was down by 39.4%, and Edmonton 55%, and Calgary 62.9%, and Winnipeg 30%, and Ottawa 55%, and GTA 67%, and London, Ontario 63.6%, Niagara region is 62.2%, Montreal 68%, Quebec City 55%, Moncton 4.5%, and Halifax 8.2%. So as you can see, I really took time to evaluate many cities across the country. And I did the same in the month of June. In the month of June, again, all of those indicators were decreased year to year. So, for example, the Victoria area was 58% lower than the last year in April. So if you look at Victoria for May this year, it is 46% lower than last year. Vancouver is 41.5% lower than last year. Ottawa is 44% than last year. GTA is 7% lower. London, Ontario, 48.3%. Niagara, 38%. Montreal, 41%. Moncton, 37.6%. And Halifax, 13% lower than last year. The other cities like Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, and Quebec City, I was unable to get stats for the month of May, so I'll have to skip through that for the moment. But as we could see already from May to June, we could see that there was less of a decrease, which is positive. Now let's take a look at the sales in the month of June. So Victoria, we're up by 9.5% compared to June last year. In Vancouver, we're up by 17.6% compared to last year. In Edmonton, 13.67% higher than last year. And Calgary, we're lower than last year at 1.75%. And Winnipeg, we're 24% higher sales than last year. Ottawa and GTA are lower, both of them, compared to last year. So Ottawa is 2% and GTA 1.4% lower than last year. London at 4.9% higher than last year. Niagara 7.6%. Montreal 35% than last year. And Quebec City 47% higher than last June. So all in all, we're going back up in the sales volume almost across Canada. So it's somewhat positive. The only issue that we have right now is the fact that we have very little inventory across Canada. And that brings a lot of bidding wars. I've had client in Montreal, client in Bancroft, Ontario, which is a small little town, and they're having difficulty to purchase anything there because there's bidding wars. People in Alberta, people in London, Ontario, people in Coquitlam. So it's across pretty much the whole country. Now let's take a look at price-wise, because a lot of people are thinking that the price will go down. Well, obviously, due to the fact that we have little inventory and we still have, or seem to have, a lot of buyers, then the price are not coming down. In fact, they're going back up. So let's take a look at all the cities I've mentioned before for the month of April. Victoria, the price of homes over there in April was higher than last year at 4.6. Vancouver was higher as well by 2.9. Edmonton, Calgary, and Winnipeg, the pricing were lower from 3.2, 8.25, and 0.23. Then we have Ottawa, GT, London, and Niagara. All pricing were higher. Ottawa at 6%, GT 1%, 7.3 for London, and 11.7 in Niagara. It's starting to be somewhat expensive here compared to what it was 6 years ago. And then the Montreal market is higher again in the month of April by 7.3%. It's higher from April 2020 to April 2019. Quebec City is lower by 1%. Moncton is higher by 8.5%, and Halifax is higher by 41%. Oh my God, what happened there? So the month of May, we see the pricing going up again, and so is the month of June. So year over year, we see increase from 2%, which was the lowest, was Quebec City, to 25% is the highest, which is Winnipeg, believe it or not. So in the month of June, we see Victoria going up by 4%, Vancouver going up by 3.5%, Winnipeg by 25%, Ottawa by 17%, GTA by 11.9%, London by 19.3%, and Niagara by 11.4%. Montreal by 6%, and Quebec City by 2%. The only two cities that seems to have gone down a little bit year over year is Edmonton and Calgary. So Edmonton is 1.54, and Calgary is 0.67. So it's not major, but it's still a little bit of an adjustment. So as you can see, sales are going up, pricing are going up, and until we can see more inventory on the market, obviously it looks like we have a lot of buyers in the market willing to put the money down and less conditions and participate in bidding war. So my recommendation is, if you cannot afford to be part of a bidding war, you may want to push your idea to purchase from this summer to a little later on, maybe December, January, which typically are the month where we have less activities for purchasing real estate. But, 2020 is an unexpected year, so who knows what's going to happen. But that's still my recommendation, is if you cannot afford to be part of a bidding war, not to participate in it, and keep on looking. And obviously, positioning yourself, being ready, being prepared is the number one way to be successful in acquiring real estate property. So if you need any assistance in that way, please contact me. It'll be my pleasure to assist. My email address is edith@edithbedard.com. Thank you very much and have a great day.